What is going on?
These things destroyed my world.
The snap tore a hole in our dimension. Now
This threat is here. The world is in chaos. I need a new team.
I need an Avenger.
What about Thor?
Off-world.
Doctor Strange?
Unavailable.
Captain Marvel?
Don't invoke her name.
Mr. Stark trusted me. I am not gonna let him down. We have to stop them.
Welcome to the Avengers.
You got gifts, Parker. The world needs that.
I've got this.
With Spider-Verse, which we got a couple of months ago,
Yeah.
and then this film sort of touches on this idea of sort of the multiverse and kind of different people in different universes coming in. Any chance there's a multiverse in which Andrew Garfield Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and then your Spider-Man all meet together?
Clashing?
That'd be dope.
And then you can sort of just say that everyone just comes from a different universe.
But would you want that, though?
Would you want that? Maybe that's a better question.
Yeah.
Would we want that? I mean, as a fan, I would.
Is your
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Spider-Man Far From Home and specifically the multiverse. So if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of these videos. And if you want tickets to go and watch Far From Home for yourself, all you gotta do is subscribe to the channel and let me know down below what is your most anticipated moment of this movie. So the UK press junket for Spider-Man Far From Home took place yesterday and loads of questions came out from Kevin Feige to Jake Gyllenhaal to Tom Holland about the future of Marvel, what they think's going on, what is going on in this movie. It's pretty insane what's come out from that press junket that had people from America, etc. Brandon Davis from comicbook.com, etc. flying in. But we are going to talk about the potential of Tobey Maguire and also Andrew Garfield appearing in Far From Home or appearing in a Spider-Man movie in the future. So before this very video started, you would have watched a clip of Tom Holland being interviewed about Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield appearing in a movie with Spider-Man, with him, because obviously the multiverse implies multiple different versions of the same character. It would be insane. And his reaction had the internet in stitches because he looks like he doesn't want to be there. He looks like he just looks so freaking confused. It is ridiculously funny. Oh, guys, it is so funny. That's what's inspired this video. So there is also some dialogue. He said this: of course, I would love to make a movie with these guys. It would be really cool. It'd be amazing. It really would be really cool. It's something that fans really want. So whether Marvel and Sony decides to do that, it's up to them. It's not up to me. I can't walk in and like, Kevin Feige, this is what we're doing for the next one. But it would be really awesome. So that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. So for the last 2 to 3 months, but really since I think it was the second Spider-Man Far From Home trailer that confirmed that essentially what we perceive the villain for this movie, Mysterio, he appears to be from another universe, hence where he says he's from the multiverse. It has sparked a lot of questions in the Spider-Man universe on YouTube and the Spider-Man universe online. The Spider-Man universe on the internet is absolutely insane. It could be the same situation that we had in, obviously, Into the Spider-Verse, when there was Peter Parker from a different universe, there was Miles Morales, there was Gwen Stacy, there was a lot of different versions of Spider-Man. So essentially, that is something that could potentially happen in the future. As we know, Tobey Maguire's version of Spider-Man was freaking awesome, and we would love to see him appear in this movie, even if it was just in a cameo role position, and obviously Andrew Garfield as well. The fandom really wants it. So earlier this week, Marvel put up a post saying 4 and then Spider, then Fantastic Four. Now, everyone thought this was going to be something to do with Spider-Man 4, the deleted Spider-Man 4 movie that was never actually made. And that's been debunked. Essentially what it is, it's a new Spider-Man comic, essentially, and that's it. So it is interesting how the fandom wants this to happen. If you go on YouTube, there is so many videos of people saying Tobey Maguire should be in this movie, he could be in this movie, the multiverse, he's going to deliver a pizza, and all that kind of stuff. So I want to cover this because I think it's freaking insane. Tom Holland's face when he's asked the question at the start of the video, you would have seen it. It is freaking insane. But as we don't really know much about the future of the MCU, we don't know. Tobey Maguire might have a cameo role in this movie. Maybe. You know, they have secretly edited out during one of the trailers the person that actually gives Tom Holland, Peter Parker, Spider-Man his passport so he can go on his school trip, field trip. They've cleverly edited it out. And first, I did think it was Stan Lee, rest in peace, the great soul, the legend, who without him, Spider-Man wouldn't even exist technically. So it's interesting. But also, it could be Tobey Maguire, you know, given him the passport. It realistically could be a 5 to 10 second cameo role. There are rumors going around that there's some surprises that you may not see coming. And then at the other end of the spectrum, some people think it's completely never going to happen. But if Spider-Man himself saying, yeah, sure, I'd love to do it. Obviously, Marvel do listen to the fans. Although this is Sony, it's got nothing to do with Marvel. We know this is apparent because when Kevin Feige was asked about could Venom ever appear in Spider-Man, he essentially said it's got nothing to do with me. Sony owns characters. It'd be up to them if Sony wanted to do that. So that is very interesting because everyone seems to think that everything Spider-Man related has to go through Kevin Feige. But then at the same point, when he was asked about it, Tom Holland said it's not like I can go up to Kevin Feige. So I presume Kevin Feige does have a big say. So the truth, will we be seeing Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield appear through a portal, through the multiverse? Realistically, no, but I really do think we could see a cameo role of Tobey Maguire giving Peter Parker his passport. That would be pretty cool. The fact that they are introducing the multiverse and dimensions. Obviously, there are leaks and rumors out there, so careful for spoilers. I haven't really read any of them, so just be careful for spoilers online, guys, because you know how it is. Some people ruin things, and there are a lot of surprises in this movie, supposedly. Now, this is just a fan theory, so to speak. Nothing is factual, but it's just what if, you know? What if all the Spider-Mans we've ever had in the Sonyverse were to meet? Yeah, sure, Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man isn't part of the Sonyverse technically. It is under MCU, but the same rules apply. It is still a Sony-owned character because Sony own the rights to Spider-Man when it comes to the movies. So I think it would be very interesting. Now, I have already done a previous video about the fact that Miles Morales could appear in Spider-Man Far From Home, and I still do think there is a lot of precedence. There's a lot of validity, I guess you could say. Like, there's a lot of evidence, because if they're doing the multiverse, Miles Morales isn't currently used in the MCU. They could introduce a new character. That could happen. Venom could have a cheeky Easter egg or a cheeky cameo. Really can't see that happening, though, because Venom's owned by Sony. This is an MCU movie. It would be pretty hard. But we did a video out on that before, and the feedback was really positive. So guys, over the summer, over the next couple of weeks, I will be doing a lot of fan-based videos. Now, if this is something that you'd like to happen, let me know in the comment box down below. I'm super excited to go and watch Spider-Man Far From Home. Can't wait to watch it. Of course, we'll be breaking it down in great detail. So I do have a question for you guys who actually watch me. So I'm going to be starting a podcast where I can go into these kind of Spider-Man and Marvel, DC, Justice League, Wonder Woman, everything pop culture based videos in more depth. Kind of like my normal video when I break down 3 or 4 stories in one video rather than doing a 2 to 3 minute video going over literally nothing. I like to go more deep. I like to go deep. So if I was to do a podcast, I've mentioned it before, there was a lot of interest. What kind of guests would you like me to get on? Obviously, yeah, there is a chance I could get some other YouTubers involved, and that could be cool. And we're going to do some video talking about the Marvel Avengers video game, talking about Spider-Man Far From Home when it comes out. But if you could help me out and let me know down below, would you be interested in that? So I've got a few questions this week about merch, selling t-shirts and that kind of stuff. It's not something that kind of commentary channels can do very often. So if you did want me to do that, DM me on Instagram or let me know down below, and I'm sure I could do a Teespring campaign or something like that. But realistically, I don't think my fandom is strong enough to sanction doing that, to be honest. But the good thing about Teespring is you don't actually put any money in. You order it straight from the website, so it financially would be viable. If there is enough people who wanted me to do that, I could come up with some designs, and that would be pretty interesting. So that is pretty cool. So there is a lot of people talking about Venom versus Spider-Man in a future movie, but realistically, at the moment, I don't think that's going to happen. I think there's more chance of Miles Morales, Tobey Maguire, or obviously Andrew Garfield's variation of Peter Parker from the multiverse. They could literally do something similar to Into the Spider-Verse, the Sonyverse kind of animated universe, I guess. They could do something very similar to that if that was going to be the case. Now, I have spoke about this subject before, but we didn't bring Andrew Garfield into the equation. I do believe that any of these actors could be available, and they could have filmed secret cameo roles for this movie. I'm not really going to say it is going to happen, but potentially it could happen. You know, this channel is built around theories, news, reviews, because I'm one of the few channels that reviews a lot of different content, which it kind of makes me more diverse than other channels. We just don't do Marvel. If you look on this channel, there is so many Flash, Arrow, Justice League, Wonder Woman, Batman video. There's so much content. So we are going to get back to doing more DC based stuff. So I will be releasing a Wonder Woman video. There's some information released about the test screening. It is very interesting what's going on there. So guys, if you could please like, subscribe and comment. We are getting ever so close to 100,000 subscribers, and once we hit 100,000 subscribers, I will be giving away a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X, or if it takes that long, PS5 or the Xbox Sapphire. But seeing as they've literally said that all the new Xbox games can already be played on the Xbox One X, so yeah, it's kind of pointless to get one. But guys, if you do want to enter any of the competitions, all you got to do is subscribe to the channel, let me know down below, any kind of comment, and let me know that you want to enter the competition. But yeah, they're 100% real. So like always guys, please like, subscribe and comment. I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.